I want to take a few minutes to show you how to set up a simple A/B test using our point and click tools that we call WAX. So let's take a look. I'm going to assume that you've signed into your Conductrix account and you've gone through the initial little setup process, which lands you here. This is where you can create a new agent. The agent is just conceptually the thing that's running the test for you. So let's hit Create Agent now and paste in the URL of your home page or whatever page you want to make some changes to. I've got a pretend page already pasted in here. So you click Setup Changes. That loads up your actual web page, which would appear here, along with this little toolbar. The toolbar is what you use to add a few changes. So like in this scenario, let's just pretend that I want to make some kind of changes to this area of the page. So I'm going to click the plus sign to add a new change, and I can hover my mouse around, and as I do so I see different areas of the page selected. And let's say I want to change this area up here. I can either click my mouse or I can just hit the Enter key on the keyboard to edit text directly. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm going to type in some alternative text. So for instance, let's say my pretend headline is Shades of Cool. I hit the Enter key again to keep that change. You'll see that there was a 0 here. It changed to 1 to indicate that I've kind of registered one change. I haven't saved it yet. No change is actually like going live in production or anything like that. I'm still just setting the test up. You're not restricted, of course, to just plain text. You can type in or paste in HTML. I'll hit the plus sign again, and let's say I want to put there's Greeked in pretend text here. Let's paste in some different text. So this time I'll click my mouse. That brings up a little form where I can paste in my text. I've already got some ready here. I'll paste that in. Note that there's some HTML in here. As I type or as I paste in, I see those changes show up right away on the page. If I like them, I'll just click OK. Okay, cool. There's a few other things I can do, of course. Let's say you want to change images. A lot of times you have alternate hero images or something like that. And so let's see how easy it is to do that. So we'll hit plus again to add a new change. And this time I'll hover my mouse over an image. I'll click the mouse and get this little form that pops up just because it's an image. Conductrix sees that and presents you with this little special form. And I can either paste in the URL for an existing image if it's already available at a URL out on the web, or I can either hit this button to upload a new file, or I can drag and drop. So I've already got an image ready here in my either your Windows Explorer or your Mac Finder or whatever. Just drag that in and to this area, and it'll upload it to the system. It'll feed it into our content delivery network, or CDN, and make it available onto your page. So that's nice and easy. I can hit the plus sign one more time. I'll select this button, and this is mainly to show you that in addition to changing content, you could also do something like change either an HTML attribute or an image, which we've already done, or something like a CSS style. So for instance, I can set the background color to, I can of course type in hex values here, which is more typical, but just to show you something real quick, let's change the background color of this button to red. And of course, as we've already seen, I could hit the Enter key on that button to add one more change, something like listen now. Okay, fantastic. Before I finish, when I'm done, I'll click the Done button, which will return me back to the Conductrix page. But before I finish, let's just take a quick look at a couple of other things. I can hit this little ellipsis, and that will bring up a list of the changes that I've set up. So if I don't, if I want to tweak them a little bit, like I want to change listen now to listen right now, I can do that. Or of course I can throw away some change that I don't want, or redo it, or what have you. One other thing real quick, you might want to take a look at this little expert view that we have, where you can use simple CSS-like syntax to make the changes directly, and that's easy. That makes it easy to like cut and paste changes that you already have in some kind of spreadsheet or document, and just quickly and easily get it done without going through a bunch of UI steps. When you're done, just click the Done label. That will return you back to Conductrix land. Here you can provide a name for your agent if you wish, and you specify which pages the changes should be made on. Should they be made on, like, sometimes you have changes that are made conceptually on all pages, or other times it might be your home page. Let's pick that just for fun. You can also create a new quote place, which is just any set of pages. For instance, if you wanted to create pages, if you wanted this agent to only show up in your checkout pages, you might do something like this, and then you would put, you know, something like that, or whatever is appropriate for your site to create the new base. But we'll leave it just at homepage for now. Create the agent. That lands us at the agent's homepage in Conductrix. Once you launch your test, you'll see numbers showing up here. You can click here to get fuller reporting. There's a bunch of other stuff you can edit in here. I'm not going to go through it all right now. We'll do that in a separate video. The one thing I do need to do before I can launch this agent is to pick pick one or more goals. We see a note from Conductrix here saying that it's almost ready. Need to add at least one goal down at the bottom of the page. So we'll hit Edit Agent. This brings us into an editing mode where I can go down here, and it says no goals associated with the agent. So if I want to, if I want to just do something simple to measure just basic engagement, a lot of times what you do is you say reach any page. Right, so if the visitor, after having been exposed to your A or B experience that we just set up, if they reach any other page, we want to consider that kind of a success event. In other words, they didn't abandon right away. So if we're happy with that concept, we'll just click Save. Cool. We're now ready to set up we're ready now at this point to launch our agent. To do that, you would just, whenever you're ready to do that, you'll just click Start, and that will begin that'll allow the agent to start randomly selecting visitors, assigning them either to the A or the B experience, and it'll watch for that conversion event, and you'll see these numbers start to change over time. Okay, thanks for listening.